When a manufacturer and a retailer are considering which weeks do we invest our monies in making sure that we're reaching our shopper, Black Friday is definitely one of those weeks because they know that the shopper is trained to look for a promotion during that time frame. My name is Lee Wrubel, and I am a professor here at DePaul. I teach 2 courses, and I also have a regular daytime job that keeps me very busy. I work at Rana Foods, which is part of the CPG, consumer packaged goods industry.
How has Black Friday evolved and changed as a shopping event within recent years? Did the pandemic turn it into a mostly online event?
That's a great question. The Black Friday has changed a lot. I think when I was early in my career, it was first coming to fruition, which was quite an interesting time. A lot of the deals that you saw were very deep deals and only offered for that day only, whereas now you're starting to see that Black Friday extends throughout the week as well. So it's expanded and it's become a very, very popular event that I think a lot of shoppers look for. So after they're finished with their Thanksgiving meal, they plop down and figure out what they're going to buy for their significant others, and they go look for those deals, whether in-store or online. Over time, that trend has changed so tremendously that not only are they deep deals anymore, they're really looking for the best deal every manufacturer can offer. A lot of manufacturers don't even make a lot of money on those events, but the main point of those events is just to really introduce trial new items, things that are trending now that can be purchased for Christmas. So there's a lot of really, really great reasons why Black Friday benefits companies, even though they may not make the most money on these deals because they are discounted so deeply. So the trend has definitely changed in that it's become a longer trend, but as far as the trend of deep deals, those still exist. I think the latter part of that question is a great question as far as have things changed as far as the online element. It's definitely changed, especially post-COVID. Post-COVID, I should back up and say during COVID, a lot of retailers were forced to enhance their online space, which is something that was not very well developed in a lot of different industries across many different retailers. I think Walmart does a really good job with their online business, and they also do a really good job of tapping into other avenues or other small businesses, other companies. So their business was very developed, but there are some other retailers that were definitely forced to do a little bit more as far as the online business goes. So when post-COVID then, as far as the shopper goes, it wasn't only the retailers that had changed in amping up their digital space, but it was also that shopper. The shopper changed. The shopper now was not forced into the store anymore. So that idea of eating your Thanksgiving meal and going into the retailer at some crazy hour was no longer a thing. I think they were then given the option they could go online, and that's something they learned during COVID and learned the convenience of that. But at the same time, you also saw a lot of shoppers that maybe didn't do Black Friday, but now they were doing Black Friday or going online because COVID changed that. So coming out of COVID then, they still have those behaviors within them. You don't just lose a behavior that you learned and that you maybe learned to like. And I think even more, you have a demographic of people that also learn to use digital or the online piece. And those people they actually come from 2 different places. One would be a demographic of people that really was not familiar with the online space, perhaps your older generations, your grandparents that were more used to looking through the newspaper or going into the store and browsing, whereas they were even forced to go online and figure out how to take advantage of those deals. So you have them, and then you also have a group of people that maybe didn't participate in Black Friday because they didn't feel that they needed to rush themselves into a deal. They may have been a little bit higher income, which are now taking advantage of deals, taking advantage of multiple retailers, a whole bunch of different promotional trends that now they have learned also post-COVID that those deals are really, really important and popular. So they have taken advantage of those as well. So there's kind of 2 different demographic groups there that coming out of COVID are a little more interested in that Black Friday deal.
Big retailers like Amazon and Target are always a major part of Black Friday, but how can small businesses and startups also take advantage of it?
That's actually a very good question. I think some of those smaller businesses are really, really crucial to the Black Friday element because a lot of them come with a lot of personalization. So when I think of that, I think of Etsy, and Etsy has really expanded for small businesses specifically. The other avenue for small businesses is Walmart. Walmart has recruited a lot of different businesses. So if you go on walmart.com, you often will see that when you click on something, it sometimes gives you a vendor or a business that is not Walmart. So a lot of times for myself, I click on in-store so that I can understand what Walmart's actually selling versus what might be sold by a third party. Some people like that third-party element to Walmart and some people do not. But in the case of a small business, that's another avenue that's really helpful if you can get into that space. So Walmart or Etsy. As far as getting expansion beyond that, it would be your own website, but I think that gets a little more complicated. So,
what kinds of deals do you think consumers will be looking for this year? Any tips for shoppers looking for the best deals?
I think most retailers look for the most recent trends. So depending on who you are, again, it goes back to the demographic group that you fall within, and it's not just income or age. It can be really anything. Those are the types of trends that retailers are looking for from their manufacturers or small businesses. So it depends on who you are and what you're looking for. But at the same rate, when it comes to looking for your own Black Friday trends, it is really important to have a list of what it is you're looking for, what your interest is for the year, and not limit yourself to one retailer, because you would be surprised at how many retailers are competing for that same shopper. And let's say it is the college student, maybe you want some new luggage. There's a lot of retailers that are offering a similar, if not better, deal. Because at the end of the day, the manufacturer is typically trying to appease their shopper as well. So if they're going to be offering a Black Friday to one retailer, they're probably going to be offering it to another retailer as well. So don't limit yourself to just one retailer, but make sure that you're looking around and also doing your homework online, really using that digital space to research what stores have the best deal. I think that's a very common trend out there today, especially post-COVID.
Is there anything else you want to mention?
The only thing I'd like to mention off the question realm is that Black Friday is probably one of the most popular promotional days/weeks within not only the shopper space, but also within the retailer and manufacturer space. So when a manufacturer and a retailer are considering which weeks do we invest our monies in making sure that we're reaching our shopper, Black Friday is definitely one of those weeks because they know that the shopper is trained to look for a promotion during that time frame.